What is quick? What is quiet? What has 5 rows of teeth? What glides through the water? Chomp! It's a shark! That's right, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about sharks, one of the fiercest and scariest animals in the world. We started talking about sharks about 2 weeks ago in our classroom. Do you remember that? I do. We made shark hats. So I was thinking it'd be a great idea for us to continue with talking about sharks. And I have a great book that we're going to read today. It's called Surprising Sharks. And what I love about this book is that it's a nonfiction text. Do you remember what nonfiction is? We talked a little bit about it before school got out. Nonfiction text are books that we read that we can learn something from. People read them so they can get new information. Usually nonfiction books are all about facts. What's true? What's real? Like real people and real things that are happening in the world. So today that's what we're going to explore. Nonfiction and this amazing text about sharks. If you know something about sharks already in your schema, which you should, remember all those shark videos we watched? Then I would like you to think about something you already know about sharks. Write it down on a piece of paper. You can press pause, go grab a paper and a pencil or your Post-its, and jot down something that you already know about sharks. You can tell mom and tell dad also to share out your information. It's really important that we activate schema before we start reading a text. So that's why I'm asking you, think about what you know about sharks already. And then get ready, because we're going to be learning something new about sharks today too. So I made this chart. And you don't have the chart at home, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. The chart is all about new learning. I wrote new learning and I put a little code for it. It says NL. That stands for new learning. New learning is things that we learn in the text that is something new. We didn't know it. We hadn't heard of it before. It's something new we're adding to our schema. Then I have another column. It says I wonder. And I put a little code of a W for wonder. Usually when you learn something new, even though you're learning something new, you're still like wondering more about it. Like maybe the text doesn't tell you just enough and you still are thinking, this is where those wonderings will go. And then over here in this column, this is a reactions column. I used R as the little code. You should be really familiar with reactions, right? Remember our emoji poster? And it has all the different reactions that good readers can have. Like you can be happy, you can be sad, you can get angry in a part in the text, you can get scared in the part of a text, you can get worried, or you can even cry during a part of the text. Or maybe you've got the heart eyes because you love a part of the text. So that's where all of our reactions are going to go. I think it's really important that we learn to recognize while we're reading, hey, that's something new I learned. Or, hey, I didn't know that and now I do. Remember, the more you grow and the more you learn, the bigger your schema gets. So that's kind of today's goal too, is let's see if we can make that schema even bigger than it already is. I'm going to start. If you've got Post-its, don't forget to grab them. A pencil or even paper will work. Let's start. Surprising sharks. And look at that shark on the cover. He looks pretty scary, no? You're swimming in the warm blue sea. What's the one word that turns your dream into a nightmare? What's the one word that makes you think of a giant meat-eating killer? Shark! That's who. Do you see how the author made the word shark
long and big and in a different color. It's darker than the other text. It's bigger than the other text. They did that because they want that to pop out to you. It's important, so they want you to see it. So they make it look different than the other text. That's why they also put man-eating killer there, because that is something big they want to affect. So that's what they do to the text. And you're going to notice that in nonfiction, they do that kind of stuff a lot, making the print bold or darker or a different color and bigger. That's how they get your attention. Shark? Yes, it's a shark. It's just a dwarf lantern shark. It's the smallest kind of shark in the world. Just bigger than a chocolate bar. Not a giant, certainly not a man-eater, and a killer only if you happen to be a shrimp. And you're not a shrimp, so you're safe. Look at the little dwarf shark here. He's the smallest of all the sharks. So sharks don't have to be big and huge and scary. That's something new I've learned. I didn't know there were teeny tiny sharks the size of a chocolate bar. A chocolate bar is about, I don't know, that big maybe? That's how big the shark is? Wow, that's new to me. I think I'm gonna write that down really quick. There is a shark only as big as a chocolate bar. That's important to know for me, because I didn't know that. Sharks can be that small? Really? New learning. And I'm going to put an N and an L here and circle it. That's how I code my text. New learning. So, like if you were reading on your own and you coded your text with NL, then I would be like, oh, okay, that's his new learning. That's why we code, to help other people know what you're thinking. Let's keep going. Wow, that dwarf lantern shark was pretty cool. You know what though? I'm still wondering. Are you wondering too more about this dwarf lantern shark? Because I am. Like, do other bigger sharks eat it? I'm wondering. I remember we saw a video before that said something about how some sharks can eat other sharks. We thought it was pretty crazy, but I'm wondering, does that happen? Like, since the dwarf shark is so small, do other sharks eat it? And that's something that I'm wondering. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm not going to forget to code my text with a W, because I'm wondering. In my reactions, I'll tell you right now what my reaction was. Wow! Because I didn't know that. Do you remember the wow from our reactions chart? I don't remember the exact face, but I know it was funny. Let's keep going. You see, most sharks are not at all what you might expect. After all, who would expect a shark to have built-in fairy lights? Or blow up big like a party balloon? Or lie on the floor like a scrap of old carpet really still? Wow, did you know sharks can do that? Blow up like a party balloon? Oh, look. Let me show you. Right here, where the picture is, there's a caption. It's a little piece of text that tells you about the picture. You'll see it a lot in nonfiction. It says, this is the lantern shark. This one is a black belly lantern shark. And listen what it says. It has light that makes the organs on its tummy light up. They help it to blend in with the silver surface of the sea. And that way, they avoid ending up being dinner for other bigger fish. It's always really important that you read the caption by a picture because it's going to tell you more about that picture, more about that animal, more about that thing. So always make sure that you go and you read the caption that's there because you're going to get new learning when you do. And I just got more new learning here and here because listen to what this says. It says the swell sharks swallow water when they get scared. They can blow up 3 times their normal size so that they stick fast between rocks. Then no predator can pull them out. Do you have new learning there? If you do, write it down now. Your new learning might be different from mine. It depends on what we already know in our schema, right? So maybe you already know about swell sharks and that they can blow up that size. I didn't know that, but maybe you do. So think about something new that you just learned and jot that down on your Post-it. And on my Post-it, I'm going to jot down something new that I just learned. Let's try that. I'm going to write down, what? Sharks have fairy lights. I didn't know that. And NL, right? In the corner and circle it so we know that you had new learning. And I'm going to put it on my chart. You can keep yours organized in front of you or even on a piece of paper if you have it. Let's keep going. Oh, sometimes sharks can look like tools from a monster's toolkit. Like the hammerhead sharks. Check it out. We've seen those before. Let's see what the caption says. Hammerhead sharks have eyes and nostrils on the ends of their hammers. They help to pinpoint the scent of their prey, and they give them all around vision so they can see really good. Did you see that caption? Look how they wrote the caption. They outlined it around the hammerhead. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? That's something that nonfiction text can have too. The text written in different kind of ways, organized in a different way. It makes it more fun that way. In fact, sharks come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. The blue shark, the nurse shark, ooh, the goblin shark. Oh, there's an angel shark and a little teeny cookie cutter shark. You've got schema for the cookie cutter shark already. Do you remember? We saw that in one of our shark videos before we left school. If you remember, tell your mom and dad something you know about that cookie cutter shark or jot it down on your Post-it because that's something you already know. I'm skipping these 2 pages because they're showing the parts of a shark. But I really want to get to the more juicy stuff like what they do and how they act and where they live. It's really sharkish, get it? The way sharks behave. They're always hungry and they're always on the lookout for their next meal. Some sharks even start killing before they're even born. Killing in their mommy's tummies? In their egg sacs? I don't know. Kind of freaky. Listen to this. Sand tiger sharks give birth to just 2 live babies, which is all that they can give birth to because that's all that's left. Do you know why? Because all the other 6 got eaten up by the 2 that survived. They ate each other till only 2 were left. That's really freaking me out. I definitely didn't know that sharks can start killing while they're inside their mommies. No idea. I think that's definitely new learning for me. Is that new learning for you? If it is, you should jot that down. That's important. sharks can start killing even before they're born. And it's not all sharks, some. And L for new learning. Did you code your text? You should. And while I'm over here, I'm gonna wonder, because what I want to know is, I wonder which other sharks do this? If they all don't, then which ones do? W for wonder. Code your text. Oh, whoops, I want to use blue, sorry. Which other sharks do this? Are you writing your wonder down? Maybe yours is different from mine, and that's awesome if it is. Write it down. My reaction to that? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's shocking. That's my reaction. I can't believe it. Really? Are you kidding me? Let's see what's next. Some sharks lay eggs. Some give birth to live babies. But all baby sharks are just like their parents. They're born with sharp teeth, and they can hunt the minute they're born. I'll show you the picture one more time in case you didn't see it.
Oh, sorry.
And when sharks get close enough for the kill, they can feel the crackle of their prey's living nerves inside. So they know exactly the right place to bite. No matter what prey it is. It could be a plankton, it could be another shark, it could be people. Oh yes, it's true. Some sharks have killed people, but only about 6 every year or so. The great white, he's the one that's mostly responsible for those shark kills. They usually are the ones that go after people. And it's not even that they go after people, it's that they usually think our shadow is something else. Watch. The great white is one of just 3 species of sharks that attack people. The other 2 are the bull shark and the tiger shark. Only 30 of the 500 kinds of sharks have ever attacked humans. Crocodiles, elephants, dogs, even pigs can kill more people every year than sharks do. Another new learning, right? What about you? Did you know that? Did you know that that's just a myth, that sharks are out to kill people? Sometimes it's happened, yes, but they don't mean to actually attack a human. They think it's something else from the shadow in the water. New learning? What do you think? Did we know that already? I think we might have seen that in a video before. If it's new learning for you though, write it down on your Post-it. Every year, people kill 100 million sharks. For things like shark skin wallets, for shark necklaces, for shark soup. All different things that people do, even to have shark skin shoes. All things that are unnecessary. We talked about this before in the classroom and how important it was for us to protect the sharks. Do you remember that? Search your SCHEMA. It's in there. If you were a shark swimming in the lovely blue sea, the last word that you want to hear would be human. They're actually kind of scared of us. And can you believe that? Sharks scared of humans? Fierce, powerful, scary sharks? I didn't even think sharks were afraid of anything. Sharks are afraid of humans. New learning. What about you? Is that new learning for you too? Look at all these new things I'm adding to my schema today. 4 new facts about sharks that I learned from my nonfiction text. All new information stored in my schema. What am I still wondering? I'm wondering why? Why are people so reckless about sharks? They shouldn't be making things out of shark skin. Don't they know? If we kill off the sharks and there's no more sharks, we're going to be in big trouble. We need sharks. Our oceans need sharks. And my reaction? Disappointed. Flat out disappointed. Disappointed that people would do that to sharks. How do you feel about that? What's your reaction? Oh, and look in the back of our book. There's an index. Do you remember when we talked about this? Yeah. We only see these in nonfiction texts. They're not in fiction. If we want to know a certain topic or a certain word and where we can find it in our text, we can look in the index and it'll tell us what page to go to. For instance, if I want to read about babies, I can go to page 18. If I want to read about eggs, I can go to page 18 and 19. So that's what's really awesome about nonfiction is that they kind of give you this index that can help you find certain things that you want to read about. That was a great story about sharks. What else can you add? Any other I wonders or reactions? Take time right now to jot them down in your Post-it. Maybe even talk to Mom about it. Good readers are always looking for ways to learn new information. The bigger the schema, the smarter you are. So that's why it's so important to note those places where you are having new learning, especially in nonfiction. This was just one of many shark stories that I have here. Maybe on another day, I'll look at one of our other shark books and we can see maybe some more facts and what other new learning or wonderings we'll have in those texts. I really want you to practice this at home with the books that you're reading. Write down that new learning. Take note of it. What are you still wondering? Jot that down. This is what good readers do. And if we were in the classroom, you know I'd be making you do this every day with your clipboard, right? So, that's our lesson for today. I hope you loved learning all about sharks. I don't know what our next video will be, but I'll keep you posted and let you know. Thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget, hit the like button underneath this video and subscribe to the channel so you can get all the updates and see all the awesome videos that I post for you guys. Love you, miss you.